All right, welcome back, everybody. Here we go, week two. Um, what can I say? It was a good week for me, at least, not for six other members of our league there who had losses this week. But let's just jump right in and see how everything went. So here we are after week one. What our standings look like. So the top six teams who won their first game last week was myself, followed by Dallas, Ty, Sunil, Jeremy, and Rob. And our losers last week were Evo Buddies, Jay and Adam, then Richard, Wayne, Tom, Jen, and Dave with the lowest points of the week at 126. So definitely an interesting first week. I played Wayne. I put up 185. In good matchup, he put up 151, kind of middle of the pack there. So that worked out for me, not so well for him. He could have played about four other guys there and could have won, but didn't work out for him. Dallas put up 161 points and Ty put up 161 points. So those two guys are next in points for, so they're close behind. Excuse me. Other than that, not much to talk about. Our waivers, first waivers have already gone. Ty was our big spender this week. He spent a total of $54 between Harold Fannin Jr. and Kayshawn Booty. Booty was a pretty good bid at 23. I put in one for 17. I thought that would lock him up for me, but Ty went just that extra bit higher that I wasn't ready to go. And then he also spent 31 on Harold Fannin Jr. from Cleveland, which was a big bid. The next closest bid was Wayne at 10 and myself at 7. So a little bit of an overbid on that one by Ty. But I guess he really wanted him, so he went aggressive on those two guys. So that was kind of the big news story of the week. No trades. Definitely feeling the shorter bench. It's makes you really consider who you want to stash. Do you hold on to a running back or a rookie receiver a little bit longer to see what starts to materialize, or do you just hop on the new hotness? I like the strategy a little bit. We'll see how this first week goes, and you'll probably see some trade requests from me next week. Maybe see how it goes, right? Like, I don't want to drop these guys for somebody else, but if I maybe trade them away, I feel better. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But let's jump in here to our matchups for the week. So our first matchup this week is always mine, and I am playing Jay and Adams, the Evil Buddies. Neither of us had players going yesterday, but we are the highest projected matchup of the week. Ty is at 183.8. I'm at 174.6. So this one is going to be lots of points, it looks like. According to Yahoo, it has me falling short by about 9. I was kind of going through it like, why are we so many points? And then why am I a little behind? It is fairly even up and down the board. The one big difference there is Jacoby Myers versus my Marvin Mims Jr. there. That's about an 8-point difference right there. So that to me is kind of where the tipping point is in our matchup. Everything else is within like a point if you kind of go back and forth, right? So just kind of looking down our lineups, I had the choice of Justin Jefferson versus Bijan. I am glad I went Bijan, kind of looking at the running backs that were at the 2-3 turn. I mean, I like getting Cook, but after that it was Chuba Hubbard, then Travion Henderson, kind of way. So I'm glad I took Bijan where I did to have with Cook, and then that gave me Marvin Harrison Jr. there at the 2-3 turn. So I kind of like that worked out for me that way. I mean, it would be fun to have Jefferson just to see how it goes with McCarthy all year. The whole JJ to JJ connection there. So, but kind of looking down here, like it says, it's pretty close back and forth. Both of our benches, I mean, you could put in Terrell McMillan, which he might. Maybe not. I don't know. It's a tough one to say. I don't know who we would take out. Maybe take out Keenan Allen, but Keenan Allen had a good week. They're playing the Raiders in a dome, so there's no weather there. But I mean, Pedro McMillan is playing in Arizona in a dome, so you don't have to worry about that. Eckler, I see, is on his bench here. With his Achilles happening yesterday, I don't know how long he could be out. Maybe 6 to 8 weeks, maybe the year. I don't see anybody who I might slide in. Maybe Calvin Austin instead of Marvin Mims, but I'd like Marvin Mims in a dome. He gets return yards, he gets some targets, so I think that'll work well for him. As much as I want to call myself to win this one, I don't want to jinx it. So I'm going to call this one for the Buddies. Give them their first victory of the year. I do think it'll be pretty close. We'll probably both be up around this 175 to 180 score. So yeah, I'm going to give this one to Jay and Adam. Okay, next up we have the Battle of the Brothers. We got Jeremy versus Dave. Originally Jeremy was favored 141 almost to 156. Jeremy had Jaden Daniels go yesterday, fell about 0.8 points less than projection. So he's pretty much right on the same path to lose by 16 here according to projection. Kind of looking at the roster, I can see it's probably coming from like having Braylon Allen in. I mean, he could always go in Mooney if he wants, if he's playing. Maybe Thornton from Vegas he could toss in there. Or he doesn't have a defense in there yet, so that'll bump him right up to be pretty much close on if he maybe makes a couple different moves if he likes. Maybe he likes Allen against Buffalo. We'll see. We'll see what he does, or maybe he puts it in A.O. Manor. I saw you picked him up the other day as well. Dave's roster looks good. I mean, other than Palmer, maybe he throws in Dylan Sampson. He's still going to be there for this week as a top back in Cleveland. Other than that, I think his roster looks pretty good. Jonathan Taylor, I heard, was injured earlier this week. Yeah. Oh, now he's absent from the injury report, so it sounds like he's doing better. So maybe keep an eye on that one day. Maybe see if he's a late scratch or something. Maybe something flares up. Who knows? You never know with these guys on and off injury reports. Anyway, with that said, Jeremy throws a defense in there that's probably 10 to 12 points. Just guessing minimum. Could be less, could be more. So that puts them trailing roughly by about 3 to 5 points. I do like Dave's team. Not really, a little bit more. Kind of the same, actually. I was going to originally say I like it a little bit more. But to be honest, I don't really like either team compared to the few we've seen already. That's not a dig, just opinion. Okay, I'm gonna give this one to Jeremy. I like his receiver talent a little bit more. So yeah, that's why I'm gonna give it to Jeremy. Jeremy's gonna plunk in a defense, and then I think his receivers will go a little higher than projection there. I am worried about Bowers playing, but he plays Monday night, so that's a late pivot, so I don't know what he's going to do there, but I still say Jeremy's going to win this one. Okay, next up is Rob versus Richard. Sorry, guys, I'm taking a little longer than I thought. This one was originally projected about 164.5 to 159.4. For Rob, Rob had Jacobson there yesterday, who I thought had a pretty good game, 84 yards rushing, 1 touchdown for 14.4, which is a little under projected, but that's still a pretty good game. So that's why Rob just now only 160 to 159 there. I don't know about Tootin in there for Richard. He should get more now that Bigsby is gone, so maybe he does get to 8 or 9 points. Stevenson, I don't know how he'll do. London, I think, will be fine. I know he's questionable right now. Just limited at practice. He's on schedule to play. I do like Jamison Williams. Rob. Let's see. I like Keon Coleman, and he's got Shakir, so that's 2 receivers there. Shakir didn't get a touchdown last week, but I know he was close. Javonte had the 2 touchdowns last week. I mean, AJ Brown's not going to get 1.8 points again. I mean, he might, but I don't think so. I'm going to give this one to Rob. I just think I like his team a little bit more overall. It's not a shot at Richards. I think Richards' team's got a good team here. I just don't know about how much Ramondre is still going to be used over Henderson. Tootin, I think, will get play, just how much play. But yeah, just thinking in my head there. But yeah, I still think this one's going to go to Rob. Not by much, 10, 15 points kind of thing. But I think Rob is going to win. Okay, on to Dallas and Ty. Let's see here. Dallas was originally won by 169 to 152. Ty had in Golden and Jakari Krosky-Merritt. Both those guys underperformed. Golden only got 1.4 points to the 11.6. Krosky-Merritt had 1.7 and 9.2 there. So that's brought Ty way down to 135 as a projected total. I mean, Josh Allen could do Josh Allen things. He could hit over 30. Wilson, if the Jets are going to keep up, he's got to be, close to 20. Kayshon Bouttie's injured, but I think he's going to get what you saw last week. Maybe not a touchdown, but I think he'll get, 10 targets every week. Dallas here, yeah, he's got Sutton, who I like, Nico Puka. I'm not a big fan of Walker. I'm thinking maybe they just held him back because of his injury, but I didn't like what I saw with Charbonnet getting the ball lots. I don't know about Chubb. Dunze, if Caleb can get going, doesn't fall apart. I see he's got Charbonnet, so at least he's got the Walker back up there if anything happens. I think it would have been close if, Golden and Merritt there were closer to what were projected. But because they fell way behind, I think it's going to be a tough one for Ty. Now he's counting on 2 guys from Dallas basically doing the same thing, only getting a point, and that's a hard one to hope for. But hey, it happens. I mean, clearly it just happened to Ty. So I am going to give this one to Dallas. I don't know if it'll be close. I don't think so, but I will give this one to Dallas. All right, moving along. We got Wayne versus Jen. Originally, this one was favored for Jen, 151 to 138, and now Wayne is in the lead at 150. We'll say 153 to 151.5. Wayne is the only one who had someone going yesterday. He had Tucker Kraft, 6 receptions, 1 touchdown for 124 yards. So that's 24.4 points. So huge advantage on a Thursday night, which is what you want to see. Sets you up nicely, especially from a tight end position. That's an extra, 15 points over projection. That's going to be a tough one for Jen to overcome. But hey, any of these guys can go over projection, right? We got Gibbs here, we got Montgomery, we got Hunter Henry, always has those games, Aaron Jones. I'm hoping Burrow has a better game than he did last week. I think what do you have, like 6 points or something? So we'll see about that. I do like Lamar every week. Waddle, Hunter should be good. Shaheed was good. Mason likes to run, and that's indoors, and he catches the ball. Barkley should be okay. You know what? I'm going to give this one to Wayne. I think that huge advantage from Tucker Kraft is what's going to turn the tide. He's going to get Kittle out of there. He's going to get a proper tight end. And once he does that, that puts it even further. Too bad he didn't get an Ertz yesterday because he had 18.4 points. So that was a big miss for him. So he could have been way ahead. But unfortunately, he dropped the ball. But that's what happens. Okay, so I think Wayne is going to hold on and win this one. Okay, our last matchup is Tom and Sunil. We have Tom was at 174 to Sunil 165, and now we have Tom at 180 to Sunil to 162, mainly because McLaurin was down about 3 points, and Deebo Samuel was about 6 points over projection there. So it's a big swing. So, now, Tom is ahead by about 18 in terms of projection. And about 12 points, 11 and a half points overall. So let's see here. We got Tom. He's got the nice Dak and CD stack there for him. Hopefully that works out this week. He just didn't get the touchdown connection last week. I think Philly's going to be better in terms of the passing game. Chase Brown should be okay. Connor's been okay. It's in a dome. Tyler Warren was great. Henderson's been great. Huge was good last week, so hopefully that keeps going. Maybe not 2 touchdowns, but even if he just gets, what do you have, like 80 yards, 4 receptions or something still. So that's pretty good. Let's see on the bench. Sunil, I guess, could have threw in Dobbs, but I don't know who he would have taken out. So, he wouldn't have taken him out for McLaurin. I would have done the same move. So, I think that's fine there. Sorry. And, I think this one's going to go to Tom. I think the swing yesterday definitely helps. I still think it'll be close. I don't know if it'll be a 17-point difference. I think it'll be a little bit close with that, maybe less than 10. I think it'll go to Tom. So, okay. Wow, this one went a little bit longer than I expected. I guess we did have the standings talk at the beginning, which we didn't have last week. So, quickly running down the matchups here. I said the buddies were going to beat me. I had Jeremy beating Dave. I had Rob beating Richard. I had Dallas beating Ty. Wayne to beat Jen. And Tom to beat Sunil. Have a great weekend, everybody. Good luck to everybody. And we'll talk next week.